So, enjoy this episode. Without further ado, this is episode number 16 of the Chat Podcast, while camping with David Macgregor.
A good day is coming, I can smell the air. Winter's fading, sun is too much to bear. I need the warmth and comfort from the light, something I can look to within my sight, and it's glorious, like a rising sun. Beneath the surface there's a winter chill. A dark force is working. Swallow the pill. Smile and bury all your sins and woes. Say goodbye to this world. There she goes, 'cause it's glorious, like a rising sun. Catch a glimpse before it's gone. Good day's coming. Feel the head rush surge. Triple light fantastic. Control the urge. Stop the wolves from howling at your door. Let's all dance together now, just once more, 'cause it's glorious, like a rising sun. Catch a glimpse before it's gone. Coming and the future's bright. This feels better, things will be alright. Close your eyes and dream of summer sun. Out of the darkness we can overcome, 'cause it's glorious, like a rising sun. Catch a glimpse before it's gone. Good days coming in. Catch a glimpse before it's gone. Good days coming in. Future's bright. Future's bright.
Welcome to Chat Podcast.
tree. I know that they were... Are they silver birch?
Yeah.
That's about all I know.
So
I am not in favour.
So I only know one more, and that's a beech tree.
All right, that makes me feel better. No, an oak tree. I know an oak tree, I think, when I see one.
Yeah, that's my 3. So if I teach you what a beech tree is, you'll go for.
I'm up to speed.
Yeah, beech tree, beautiful.
The beech tree's simple, isn't it? It's on the beach, isn't it? That's what you mean, isn't it?
Yeah.
You only get them.
Any species of tree on a fucking beach. Yeah. So it's got a smooth grey, like grey bark in it, but smooth. And then them
pretty chunky, aren't they?
Teardrop leaves, and that's a beech tree, basically.
So the teardrop leaves.
Yeah.
The teardrop leaves. Say that again. Right, no, take it away from a tree. Now we're talking album titles, song titles, idea titles.
Teardrop leaves.
The teardrop leaves.
What is that, an album? Or it's just one of your future albums?
I've just picked that out of literally...
Yeah?
The teardrop leaves. That's the fucking record title.
Yeah. Just need hard bit now, isn't it?
Yeah, I just need to write fucking 10 songs now. How long does it take to put the little nets up, Dave? Are you a professional at that? Are you fucking like...
No, I don't. I did it over day in back garden.
Oh, they're new, are they?
Well, one's my hammock that I've cannibalised to make a net. And another one, you're having Posh one. You're having Posh, the roommate, the net one.
Thank you very much, sir.
Whereas, yeah, mine's a bit horrible.
Yeah.
It's forecast to be warm tonight, isn't it?
I hope so. We're in the middle of the fucking woods.
Yeah, it's always warm.
Is it?
What, because of the cooler at day, warmer at night?
Right. What is that to do with the trees themselves?
I think vegetation holds heat or something.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to a really interesting...
Blocking now, isn't it?
It might be because that's ground up quite fine.
Let's do an unblock that.
Yeah. I listened to a really interesting podcast on Radiolab about trees. You know, how trees communicate like through their roots.
Do they?
Yeah, and plants in general. But like this I mean, I was heavily stoned at the time, and I can just remember being mesmerised. And I can remember thinking, this is fucking fascinating and amazing. And I'm not going to remember any of this. I remember thinking that at the time. But yeah, they communicate. They literally communicate. They'll feed each other. They'll send nutrients to each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know, something strange happens and some kind of shadow occurs or some kind of, you know, environment change.
Oh, yeah.
And certain part of the tree line is sort of not getting the sun or not getting the nutrients. They'll kind of compensate through the... What do they call it? It's called something. The network of roots, and it'll come to me. There's a name for the network of communication through the roots and the mushrooms as well. Fucking hell. Mycelium. Is it mycelium?
That's something to do with mushrooms, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's something to do with them where they're underground and there's some kind of connecting values. Anyway, I'll have to listen to that again.
I'll explain that one.
Yeah. I'm here all night.
went to Scotland once, talking about mosquitoes. Fucking nightmare. And then he got bitten by a tick and got that Lyme's disease. I don't know.
No way. He got Lyme's disease.
Yeah.
That can be that can be fatal, can't it?
Yeah, it nearly was.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was just moaned. He couldn't get out of bed or out.
What, it happened quickly?
I don't know what happened. It was funny him telling the story because he's such a dirty cunt, right? That this fucking... He found this tick on him and he didn't know what it was. So he found something wriggling.
What's he doing? Is he playing PlayStation at the time in his front room or something?
Bed or something.
So he's at home. This is a domestic situation.
Fucking big monster fucking thing on
sucking
his
blood.
Threw it over. He threw it over the side.
Bounced like a pool ball.
Well, he could see it crawling away from other side of his bedroom, so it was big enough his tick by
Fucking pool, yeah.
But yeah, he got Lyme's disease.
Oh dear, yeah.
You got no energy or something, don't you?
I think it just depletes.
I don't think that anybody noticed with him, to be honest, you know what I mean? I don't think there was a big change, you know. His normal attributes fucking Lyme's.
Yeah. There is a lot of mozzies about, isn't there? But I like that. Mozzie problems in May in the UK.
I think give it another month, 2 months, we're all Bracken here. This will be probably unbearable with mozzies.
The what?
We all Bracken.
Right.
But it's unbearable with mozzies.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is it a fire situation tonight or what?
Could be. Yeah.
What kind of levels you at with the older? What are you doing? You just done a ribbon? What are you just done there?
I'm very, very highly tuned, me, so someone can ping that. We might have a fire, mate, innit? We'll see how it goes, see if we get down.
That's a lovely sound, isn't it?
Yeah, a little fire.
Get the fire on. I've got a little acoustic guitar app on my phone. We can play songs around the fire. Got a garage band on my phone. We'll make that tune.
You were going to say
we'll make a Teardrop Leaves. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll demo a Teardrop Leaves.
Come down, mate. We'll have a fucking jam.
Yes, we'll do.
We'll probably write them 10 songs in the first 20 minutes.
I reckon we will. We will. Yeah. We'll write an album in your studio room then. On GarageBand.
Yeah, you'll have to come down.
The Teardrop Leaves.
What musical instruments you got at your house? What I've seen
I've got a piano in the house. I've got a guitar in the house. We did have a little drum kit, but we just got rid of that because it got absolutely savaged. It's blue tacked together in the end.
Right. Savage.
Boys both got 2 boys. They got their first proper electric guitar for their birthdays.
That blue one?
Yeah, Sonny got a blue one in February. Sort of a 3/4 kind of...
I saw that blue one when I went down, 3/4 Strat.
That's right, yeah, like a Stratocaster lookalike. Little amp.
Not a bad little guitar.
Yeah, and actually the action on it isn't bad for what you pay for. I mean, because they're just bashing them about...
100 quid.
Yeah, it's like 90 quid and you get like a little amp. You get a little tuner as well, a little proper clip-on
the amp was
electric tuner. Yeah, the amp's...
Right.
The amp's not great, but they're 6 years old.
Paid for it, have you?
Yeah, and they're just look. He loves what I do love is he knows to go to it and he knows how to press a button and get the crunchy bit on and he's tweaking it and like making just the whole play of it, like playing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really sweet to see. And then the other lad Jesse, his birthday just a couple of weeks ago, and he chose like a pink one. He's got a pink one, and they've both got little mics and stuff. And they've got a little like a Bluetooth glitter ball fucking LED light thing, so when you can put your Bluetooth into it, so often we'll put like Beatles songs in it or whatever they're listening to, and they'll bash along to it and just...
Excellent.
But it's interesting watching... I've noticed with the old one more, if he's seen a particular
so that
song...
ball sounds good because it's making it right fun, isn't it?
Oh,
I ain't got them out like that to get them into music.
I've got that. I just did in their room.
Just gone for professional standard.
yeah. Grade 8. No, I did. We consciously sort of thought. All I've done with, especially and easy for boys, is just thought, how can I, like, build in their world, like trying to, like, putting your head back in a 2-year-old, you know, a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, 6-year-old head, and like, what would that bedroom be like? Do you know what I mean? Like, and like you said earlier about a lick of paint, you know, changes this and that and the other. They've got the top bedroom in the attic. It's got like the sloping ceilings, and I just fucking had a load of paint from my mum's house because we'd moved back from Thailand. Literally just got all her half of tins of paint out the garage to paint their bedroom wall when we got back, and ended up doing it. Just got heavily stoned and just ended up using all these colours and painting it into like a fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
It's like I painted like the surface of a planet along like the skirting boards. It looks like Mars or something. It's all red. And then did like a couple of volcanoes and some kind of rubbly land, and then like a.
Don't they love that? Don't they?
Like a sky. Can you remember getting taught how to do like a blue sky at school, where they told you how to like put the dark blue on and light blue and get water and like grade it down into like nothing.
Yeah.
We had some blue paints who did that, and then as I was going up the wall, I thought, this is good. Get some black paint, and then the top will be space, and get the glow-in-the-dark stickers. And then I got the glow-in-the-dark stickers, and then I started thinking I can get stickers for everything.
Fucking well fancy, isn't it?
Oh, it's great up there. You can join today. Yeah, but they love it up there. And then once that kicked off, it was like, well, yeah, he wants a fucking drum kit in it. They want a fucking little setup in the corner. They've literally got like a little setup, just a drum kit, 2 mics, little watt box lights. And they'll literally play gigs for us.
I saw it. They had a little piano, didn't they?
He had a little piano in there,
Guitar, a black guitar when I went.
Yeah, he had an electric black one at first. But that was like, it didn't have a good action on it. You couldn't keep it in tune. It was just a looky-likey, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what they've got now, you can actually get a little tune out of it.
Yeah. Like I bought mine one, a red one, a little square one, same sort of thing.
But we will do that then, Dave. We'll write Teardrop Leaves at your place.
Yeah. Yeah, garage band. What a thing. Hey, I tell you why I got into it, because I was on way home from work listening to the radio, and they were doing an interview with some dude who's been on dance music scene, electronic music scene. He's had loads of albums, like very successful. And he says, yeah, just stick new album on GarageBand. And I was like, what?
He did it on GarageBand?
Yeah, on his phone. He's like, what's you got on Mac? No, it's on my fucking phone.
Yeah,
and he was saying how he done it, because I had heard of that GarageBand, but as soon as I heard him say that, I thought,
Do you have a Mac machine then? Have you got like a laptop or or what have you got, like an iPad or something?
And beast, aren't I?
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
Can't you dance yourself? You're going to turn into the fucking elephant man, aren't you? I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and think, what the fuck? Yeah. Dave's fucking turned into 3 blokes.
Doesn't happen to you.
Sometimes.
You don't get a big finger.
No, but I lived with a lad once. Why? I lived with a lad once. And he drank a glass of orange juice one night. Like normal. We'd been shopping, like put the shopping away. He had a glass of orange juice. And then about 5-10 minutes later, I was like on the other sofa and I was watching the TV. I was with my girlfriend at the time. I remember looking over and his fucking lip had just gone like some Jim Carrey movie. Bong. I was that stoned again at the time where I thought, fucking that could be me. That could be me. Like, you know. And anyway, I sort of went back to watching whatever I was watching. Sadly, probably some shite.
And what were you like next time you looked?
I looked again. His eye had closed up. By which time I kind of like nudged the girl I was with and look at him. Look, what's going on? She has a look and she just starts laughing straight away. He notices, looks round, and as he looks round, you just see the fucking. You realise the perspective that half of his head is like someone's had a fucking. Bless him, and he's like, what? And as he tried to speak, he could feel that his face had changed.
What's going on there?
But it carried on. It got scary. That's the thing. It got scary. Like he started freaking out of it, and his face was literally up like 3-4 inches off of his fucking head. Do you know what I mean? Like on this, all along this side. And it got scary. Yeah, and the thing was, is he hadn't done anything different that he had done for 35 years before.
He returned to his previous self.
I think he did eventually, yeah, but fucking hell, it was...
Yeah, you can have weird things happen.
Yeah,
When I went to school, he had a fungal thing, yeah, and he fucked all his face up.
Yeah, nut allergies are terrible, aren't they? They can be pretty fatal. They've gone up...
the jackpot with that shit, haven't you?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah.
Fucking all done.
Yeah.
I'm alright, mate. You know, things haven't started dropping off yet. Or have they? I'm telling you all right.
What?
Yeah, nothing major's gone wrong with me. Things haven't started dropping off yet. I don't like that.
What, work-wise and stuff?
No, health. Bodily parts. Appendages and stuff.
Yeah, well, you hurt yourself when we went to that gig, didn't you? When you fucking fell out of the van when I drove off with the door open.
Oh, yeah, reckless driving. That,
It was.
Let's return the favour.
Reckless driving and reckless passengers, man. It was like...
Bit of both.
Fucking hell, I tell you what, you and Michael in the back of that, it was like my 2 kids had been let loose with a couple of
I think we'd
McDonald's.
had a bit more drink
than you thought.
We'd had at least 5 pints.
Didn't you hurt your hip though, didn't you, that night? Did you recover from that?
Yeah, I'm pretty good now.
Yeah, health-wise, touch beach routes. You know, so far so good. You know, and also when you think about the past and you think about the madness and the things you have done with your body.
It's good. Sometimes it's good you can't remember it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. God, yeah.
To say that's a problem, but you always moan about, isn't it a shame you can't fucking remember it? Or you imagine it coming back all at once.
Imagine if you lived it through at this time when everybody has got it on film. Do you know what I mean? That's strange.
That's true, isn't it? Yeah,
That's strange. Well, like when I had a couple of the younger lads at work, you know, young Joe or...
That'd be terrible.
Would come into work on like a Monday morning and they'd be like, you know, aren't showing you the videos.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, whoa. You got to be careful with that, man, because you're not going to be 17 forever, mate. You're going to be 32 and you're going to meet the woman of your dreams. And you're going to want to have a family and settle down, and the family are going to want to accept you. And it is fucking 10 years of X-rated just madness.
I never thought of that. That was the point. Right?
Well, it may or may not occur, but it's something that we didn't have to think about,
Kids
is
will
it?
probably have a lot like
Yeah.
that,
And people, all sorts of people that you wouldn't want to know, maybe necessarily that...
Yeah.
They need to make a judgment on something. I think that's a big part of what the internet's done to us now and jumbled our fucking brains, is you've got to judge everything. You've got to make judgments on so much fucking stuff.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely affects how you perceive things.
Someone might send you a picture. You know, I got a picture sent to me recently and it was like 22 years ago or something. And you think, fuck, that's 22 years ago and I'm an adult then. Do you know what I mean? Like, pretty much. I'm out and about and I'm drinking alcohol and I'm like old enough to have a memory where it's like, it's not a childhood memory and it's 22 years old.
Yeah, time flies.
But yeah, it was fabulous though. Fabulous kind of carnage.
Yeah.
A good day's coming, I can smell the air. Winter's fading, sun is too much to bear. I need the warmth and comfort from the light, something I can look to within my sight, and it's glorious.
We should put some tents and things. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Otherwise we'll just be dark, won't it?
Let's put some... Let's put some... what are we putting up? We're putting up...
Go and see where you want to sleep.
Some net curtains.
Sort of thing, yeah.
crunch of the leaf underfoot as man searches for meaning.
These are made by deers.
Deers?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Oh, this is cosy, this is nice, look.
There's one in there.
That's a lovely spot, Dave.
And one over there.
But that feels more like a bedroom. That feels more like a grand fucking hallway. But I like both, so I'm easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm easy, man. Yeah. Probably space, to be fair, because you can start going stumbling around.
Spacious.
Spacious, I reckon. Do you? You call the shot. You're the Steve Irwin of this outfit. Ray Mears. Ray Mears.
Yeah.
Powerful Ray Mears.
So this
Wraps around this tree.
is back through here.
Out comes the Bowie. Yeah.
Never find that in them these.
I always feel a bit uncertain when you've got to take a sharp blade to a new rope.
Bit stoned. Do tap that round the tree. Yeah.
I'll meet you around the other side of this tree.
Alright, this.
Look at that.
Just enough, I think, mate.
Bury all your sins and woes. Say goodbye to this world. There she goes, 'cause it's glorious. Like a rising sun.
Yeah, I hope to get out this year a bit.
Before it's gone.
That was the thing last year with kids, swimming. Really enjoyed all that. 'Cause I'm not a massive swimmer, not really ever been my thing.
But it don't lend itself to us really, does it? You've got to go to a leisure centre in a.
No, in sea and in.
That's what I mean. Like, for us to swim, if you want to swim, like having lived in Thailand, we were in the sea or the pool every single day. When you live here, the idea of getting in the sea every day, you've got to live close by, and you've got to have some bottle as well.
It's not nice down Maple.
Friends of mine up in Newcastle just live up in up north Tyneside, I think.
Right.
Silston. It's not where Sam Fender's from, up round there, right on the coast there, and he's in there in North Sea in the mornings before work on his surfboard.
It's when it hits your scrotum, mate, and that's the fucking thing.
Good for you though. That cold's good for you. They see dolphins there.
Yeah.
Something about being near the sea that's powerful, really powerful. The vastness, the whole endlessness of it, relentlessness.
I like North Yorkshire because you've got all them hills that hit the sea. So you've got all that. It's fucking lovely up there. Lovely coast, lovely hills.
We had a lovely time in Whitby, didn't we? You've been up there since, haven't you?
Lovely Christmas, yeah.
I bet it's pretty at Christmas.
Yeah, it was nice weather.
We went up
Been up there a few times.
We went up Northumberland at Christmas. Lovely little quaint little sort of limestone hamlety kind of village.
Yeah, you were near Alnwick, weren't you?
Yes. Yeah, that's where we were.
Oh, that is where you were?
Yeah, that's where we were.
I've been to Alnwick.
Yeah, that's where we were, isn't it? And we had a lovely little sort of top floor apartment literally in the market square with the big Christmas tree in the middle, blazing the lights back in the top window, all the wooden beams and everything. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It's really sweet and nice.
Did you get to the coast?
Yeah, no, we didn't actually. Not this time, no. We didn't. In fact, we just poodled around that little village. It was so cool. It was just so lovely where we were.
Yeah,
the kids, nice. We had all the big, tall, kind of floor-to-ceiling bay windows. We had about 6 of them with a Georgian lead on them.
People are nice up there, no?
People are lovely. We had it was just It was like a Home Alone kind of Christmas, it felt like, you know, like it's just a big cosy gaff. And the mooch around the markets and stuff. It was lovely. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good health.
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
It's lovely and warm now, isn't it?
It is nice, isn't it? Still as well.
You'd probably be dangling your leg out sleeping. Fucking warm.
I'm impressed with that. Yeah, that is, it's light, easy, quick.
Good, aren't they?
Bob on, yeah.
Yeah. You're fucked if it pisses it down, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I mean, you are with the fucking tent.
So
Anyway.
it's just right for this, really. Or maybe on a beach or something.
So you're going to do this again tomorrow with your middle one, yeah? That's lovely. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring the boys.
Show you pictures of when we went out. Yeah, that'd be cracking with lads.
Yeah, I think they'll love it. How much do you trust the weather when you forecast these kind of things, Dave? Do you get a feeling? Do you kind of know?
I think, well, with weather, it's like tonight, it says there's a 0% chance of rain.
So you're going right down to the bone, yeah?
Well, you just think there's 0% chance. You know, if it says a 20% chance,
Yeah.
you don't really know where you are. But
See, that barometer is... Yeah.
I'm a fair weather dude. I don't really go out when it's not nice weather.
No. No. No, that's what I was saying earlier.
I have been out when it's not nice weather up hills and stuff, and there's not much point in just staying 12, 14 hours stuck in your tent because it's too fucking horrible to go out.
Yeah, that's not fun, is it?
No.
That's what's caught me out the last couple of times. I mean, when we went up to that festival last year, and you'd said to me, didn't you, because we were going to go to somewhere in Northumberland, weren't we? Or the lakes. And we ended up going to Whitby.
Yeah.
But you said to me then that it's just fucking notorious for you get that fucking...
It was worse weather there,
rain.
wasn't it?
That festival, what's that festival I went up to there?
I went down near Penrith, Carlisle.
Yeah, what's it called? Kendall Calling. Beautiful. The first day was beautiful. It is so picturesque, lovely.
Yeah.
Dipping, weaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had that exact situation. It started pissing down on the whatever night it was, Saturday, and or Friday, was it? I can't remember. It's like second day anyway. And it looked miserable on the forecast, and I just woke up. It was 5 a.m. I had to get out, like re-pitch the tent as it was pissing it down because it was that heavy. It was just like just fucking gushing everywhere, coming in everywhere. And it managed to fall asleep for a couple of hours, woke up again about maybe 8 o'clock. It's like, we had to make a decision, like, this is not going to be fun. Another 48 hours of this.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's going anywhere on the forecast. The sky, it certainly doesn't. I think we're going to have to bail. We're going to have to fucking get out of Dodge. And it was a horrible decision to make because I missed so much good music. But even when we were walking back, the families that were braving it, bless them, you know, like Kagools on, like, you know, 2 and 3 year olds just on the back and that, just fucking walking into the driving rain to go and watch lights. I thought, fair play to you.
Like a fucking machine gun in your face.
Well, that's the Britishness, yeah. I mean, the Britishness, you know, people are like literally making sandwiches and marching out into fucking driving rain out of the little fucking wet tent. Fair play to them.
Dear that.
Is that a timber wolf?
A deer.
Is it? Is that the sound they make? Kind of like a bark. Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that might be the end of it.
I think that's a crop scabearer.
Is it?
Yeah, because every time I've been here, I've just heard them shooting. They cannot be shooting all day in the same fucking place at the same volume.
I see.
Till no,
I see,
no
yeah.
way.
Yeah, of course.
So, and it's that time of year, isn't it, when crops are growing, when they can get fucked by fucking pigeons and whatnot.
Rodents.
So that's a fucking crop scabearer.
That makes sense, Dave.
Yeah.
I've seen a few cartridges scattered about.
Should get some owls and all I've been of it. Definitely should be some owls.
Do you know your owls?
Have you ever seen, no, I don't really know.
Barn owl?
The most, there's one called a short-eared owl, right? I'm not that big into nature and all that, but the short-eared owl, it exists either in marshlands on the coast. You can see them at Spurn Point, I've seen them there. Or they exist on the hills of Moorland and that. They're fucking, barn owls.
They're the only one I do know, yeah.
Quite a large owl, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're about that big in body-wise, but they're quite a bit bigger. And they're beautiful colours and everything. But when you're on the hills, whether it's because they're in the air or whatever, but they will come right over you and hover above you and look at you and stuff. They're ace, they're beautiful fucking birds.
I took the kids, we were camping actually up in Yorkshire at Canadian Fields, like a quite kind of a free range open kind of boutique, I guess, campsite. You know, had a cattle in it and stuff. And it was in April. It was in April. We were pregnant with the third one, Indigo. It's not cold, but Alex being pregnant, she was. I can remember saying, "Fucking hell," she said, "I can't get comfortable on this bed, and I'm cold." But we had a great time. But it rained one of the days, and we went to a local kind of manor house, and they had a bird show on. It was like a full kind of range of owls right through to, you know, hunting
I've seen them.
eagles and
Massive, aren't they? Owls.
yeah, but it was fascinating because the guy talking, you know, and the specific kind of staff who kind of were the imprinting members with these specific birds, do you know what I mean? They would come on with different birds because they had the relationship, and the bird would fucking literally did amazing kind of like aerial stuff.
Yeah.
Colombian eagle or something it was, I remember.
Yeah, there's some big boys, aren't there?
And it just went off, and he was like, he knew what it was doing, and he was speaking to it, you know, and
Yeah.
fascinating. The boys were like, wow, and they watched this big, you know, like whatever it is, like 1.5 meter wingspan just come gliding past your face like a orb.
I reckon one could pick your kid up, couldn't it? And just
Some of
walk
them
off.
are enormous, but it was fascinating. That was a really nice day actually, because when we came out of there to get back out of this kind of manor grounds, a load of cattle kind of blocked the road off, and it was just in the rain in the grey back end of an April day. And then there was just all these like Jersey cows, and everyone's just like mooching about at their own pace. We just got the windows down, the kids are just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Rainy day. Yeah. And when we woke up, actually, we pitched on the edge of this kind of field. And we woke up in the morning and unzipped our tent, and there was literally 2 black bulls, like, about 2 meters away, behind a little fence thing.
Yeah.
Big old boys. It's those moments, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good camping. It's good to have them, good for them to get a bit cold and a bit shit.
Yeah.
Right. Especially from an early age.
Definitely. Appreciation, you know, you get back to your house after a couple of 3 nights on the deck and you're like, yes, this bed's fucking fantastic, isn't it? I like that kind of, that balance, it gives you that measure.
Yeah.
Appreciate some stuff.
Fucking noisy cunt that do, isn't it?
Yeah, is it mating season? What are they doing at this time of year? Do you know much?
That's autumn. impregnate them, and then they're born. Probably having them now or just before them.
I was going to say, probably she's in labour then, the old girl.
Probably.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I can't remember that one, mate.
Oh, yeah, of course.
3 days or something. 3
Yeah,
days to it.
Yeah, there's no... This orchestra tonight, once you finally do put your head down, I imagine must be quite fascinating.
Yeah.
I remember living in Thailand, I'd sit outside.
Oh, that's right racket, that fucking, isn't it?
Sit out late at night, yeah. And where we lived in this little fishing village, it was kind of out of town, and it was like between the mountains and the beach, kind of in the lay of the land between the two. And I'd sit out there at night and you just look up at the mountain and see the sky behind it, and then you can kind of feel the sea. Do you know what I mean? Can't you? You can kind of feel when you're that close, when you're within a couple of miles of it. Yeah, just the feeling in the vastness of it.
Yeah.
And I can remember
the air and everything coming off.
Yeah, totally. And just the fact that like the edge of everything's just not there, is it? It's just going into the... I don't know, there's something about that, yeah. We thought about that, we thought, fucking hell, the mountains and the sea, I mean, that's about as good a combination of whatever it is, air, life.
It's fucking planet Earth at its best, all in one fucking little
it's pretty close, isn't it, yeah.
Within 100 metres of each other sometimes.
Yeah, but sitting out there at night, and I'd have a beer, and maybe I'd have a bong or something. And I'd be thinking how fucking mad it was, how much my life had changed, and I'd become a dad, I'd got married, I'd moved, left my bands and everything, left my job as whatever it was, 18 years in trade. Like so many major things at once.
Yeah.
Father, marriage, packed in that crazy life we were talking about earlier. Do you know what I mean? That's quite pivotal in your head, isn't it?
Yeah.
But sitting in that back garden and just listening to the fucking orchestra of just madness, just... God knows what you were hearing. Crazy crickets and lizards and frogs and snakes and kinda...
And why does it go silent sometimes?
I don't know.
Doesn't it though?
It does.
It's like a cacophony, isn't it? The loudest thing you've ever heard in your life, but because it's constant on all the time, you sort of blank it out and it's just background noise, even though it's that loud. And suddenly it goes quiet and that fucks you.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that, because that experience... I get that directly when I'm in the float tank. It's like you can have like just graphic audio feeling, and then you realise it's the sound of your thoughts.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's a strange thing to try and put any words on, but you recognise all of a sudden you can hear all this noise, and you're in a pod that's silent with black. There's not, you cut off from everything. Your brain is literally cut off from everything. It's not receiving signals from sight, sound, gravity, or anything. Your brain's just gone, fucking hell. We're into a different mode.
Yeah.
And I've had it before where all of a sudden the silence is just like fucking, again, like that sea or whatever, just
your
endless.
Brain doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah,
It
it's really, that's a bonkers thing. But sitting in that back garden in Thailand was, very... And I can remember thinking about the snakes, and sometimes my oldest boy would be, who at the time was like 18 months old, in his little nappy with a big stick and his little ponytail hair, because his hair was just long. And he'd be marching around in the back garden and poking the bushes and things. And I can remember thinking one night, it dawned on me, it's like, fuck, I need to be careful. There's like, cobras are common here,
Yeah, there's lots.
We ended up, there's a couple of things happened. A neighbour, we came home from something one weekend, and one of the old kind of village keeper security guys, who sits at the gate where you drive in and out.
Right.
Coming out of someone's garden with a big old, like, snake loop with a python on the end of it. We're coming back from like a day at the beach, right? We're pulling our little village. and he's like coming out at the end of our street. And we wound the window down and said to him, hey, you got a snake? He said, yeah, soy 9. Soy 9 meaning where it was, which was our street, Street 9. Like, oh my God. But we ended up learning about it. I literally went on the internet and did a couple of days of like learning about the snakes and the things that were native there.
Yeah.
Because it occurred to me, it's like, well, if we get bit by a certain snake, there's a couple of things you do, if you know what you're doing, that are the difference
Right.
Like if you get bit by a brown snake, like a viper,
Yeah.
like the pit vipers, the Malaysian pit viper, which is really common there.
Right.
And they're one of the only ones that are kind of the more docile ones that coil and just attack as you go past. The rest kind of like vibrate out of the way of anything. They don't really, you know.
Oh, okay.
And they found one of those in my dad's garden. And if one of those bites you, I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's got the venom that just burns through whatever it is. Like that's it. It's like if you get it on your fingers, it just literally disintegrates everything.
Because they've got lots of deadly snakes there, haven't they?
Yeah, there's loads of different stuff, man. You go in a swimming pool sometimes.
And a lot of tourists' biggest problem is they don't know how to tell them what snake it is and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you learn about brown snakes, you learn about the triangular head, you learn about, you know, the pythons to the cobras and just like these ones will go away, these ones don't want it, you know. We ended up getting a little dog actually, because after that night, and it occurred to me, my dad's father-in-law, Thai farmer, my stepmom's dad, he'd come down from his village up in the north, come round my dad's garden and doing what they do at night, you know, just checking that that's part of their daily remit, is making sure do you know what I mean? The crops aren't being eaten and the rice isn't being lifted up and there isn't snakes and God knows what. So he pulls one of those out of my dad's garden. He finds a baby one. Turns out there's like 5 of these baby ones in the garden, which means that mum and dad are somewhere, and this is in my dad's garden. That was about the same time when we were like, ooh, better learn about snakes. We've got a baby running around in the shrubs.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. And I also remember, Dave, I also remember thinking, once I'd learnt it all, or at least a couple of days worth of just knowing what was what, I remember thinking, this is like life. Being from England, reading about snakes or whatever is like something other, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like it's exotic. It's something out of a book for us. It's not something like, yeah, we've got corn snakes, adders, but do you know what I'm saying? Like when you live somewhere and they're in your back garden, like a black king cobra just living in your back garden.
It's real, isn't it?
Makes you kind of like, but it's exhilarating in a weird way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's kind of like the threat that you kind of live in.
Well, life's extreme, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's good for you.
It's
really nourishing.
It was a weird feeling. I can remember it being a really weird feeling, but liking it, like kind of feeling like it was lifting. Yeah,
because it's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not reading about it in a book in fucking Gainsborough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wondering, I wonder what that's like. I'm like, fucking hell, there's a cobra in my back garden. I need to probably know what to do just in case. Because my little boy's over there at 10 o'clock at night in his nappy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with living a bit of life, is there?
Yeah.
That's what we're made for, isn't it?
Of course, man.
It's fucking simple.
No, that was the biggest lesson, moving away and coming back, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I remember when I moved away from Donny, and you know, you grow up and if you've got a bit of a circle of friends and you're a bit popular and whatnot and etc, you think you're it, don't you? And then you move away. And that illusion been totally shattered.
Yes, you realise.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
In the long run, like,
of course,
it's probably not right good at
because it seems like it's always adversity, isn't it? It's always that time when you have to look inside and kind of just, do your learning in those moments.
And it's so good for you to move on in it and have experiences away from what you've brought up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I certainly feel like as I've gotten older, I've recognised that you can get caught in your comfortable patterns of things. Do you know what I mean? Whatever that is, it can even be the records you listen to or whatever. You can kind of get...
That is the fucking bad trick that life these days plays on you, isn't it? You can choose a really comfortable path, can't you?
And just kind of...
And surround yourself with people that's congratulating you for it, making you feel good for it and all, isn't it?
Well, it's pointing you towards it, isn't it? You know, work hard, get a good job, get a house, get a nice car, go on holiday. And that's... we strive for that and... Yeah, can get lost in not recognising. Yeah. Makes me think about like Robin Hood and that living in the woods all the time.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, Robin Hood and his merry men.
A bit tight on them, that.
They're who I think about when I think about living in the woods. That's what I think about. I think about that kind of period, that kind of thing. They seem like they were having a great time.
They're fucking dead. Because when I was a kid, the films you saw about Robin Hood, you know, if you like it, your grandma's, and this is in holidays or something, you're watching daytime telly, there used to be Errol Flynn.
Yes.
And mate, he was immaculate.
Yeah, Errol Flynn.
He looked really good. All his clothes were velvet and shit, tights.
Of course.
Brilliant.
Yeah, white teeth.
Yeah.
So nice. So nice. Hey, listen.
No, it's not happening a minute. You all over it with a weird noise.
What noise?
It's not happening a minute.
You sound like an animal.
Yeah, it might be a fucking badger or something.
It's not a brown bear, is it?
I thought so.
You never.
A weird noise. That's animal, isn't it? It's like a badger.
I can't hear nothing.
There's no happening. Did you hear it when I said?
I heard that.
Like leaves rustling. Might be a deer.
If it's a deer, that'd be magical. It might be just that we're stoned out our fucking heads
It's definitely happening.
and we're just making it up. It could be that. But that deer is still making that noise over there.
Oh yeah. Could be a fucking pheasant or something. Anything in fucking leaves walking about, rustling. Make quite a bit of noise. But when it gets this dark, if it's people, then you really need a torch on to make your way through woods, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And if you haven't got a torch, you're going to be making some serious fucking noise, you know what I mean? Just blundering about.
You don't want to be wandering about when it's dark there, do you? You want to be
No,
asleep.
mate, I've got a knife for the bastards. No, you don't want to be. Now, yeah, night time, as soon as it gets dark in a wood, you can have a torch on it. Could be out. See, if I were here now, I'd be shiting myself because all these noises. Especially if you've had a few pipes, you're like, fuck.
Jesus, yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas when you're with someone else, that's what I'm saying. I've never been camping in the wood on my own before.
It's weird, isn't it? Because really, whether you're camping in the fields on your own, once you've gone marching out into the wilderness, whether there's trees over you or not, you wouldn't think there would be a great difference in feeling like exposed or vulnerable.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when you're in the woods, you're saying it's.
I don't think everybody's like it, but me personally, there's something about the woods.
You know, you like get bats flying around your head and stuff like that, and you're fucking there, and you don't know.
It's our jungle, isn't it? It's the British jungle.
Yeah, when you're up on hills, then you don't get strange noises, if that makes sense.
Right.
You might get the odd bird noise or whatever, and you just get wind and a lot of silence and all that, but you don't get weird noises.
So we might have a couple of deer just come rampaging through here at 3 a.m.
Yeah. How do you mean rampaging?
What are they rampaging around?
They're not rampagers, no. For a start, I mean, if it's dark, even if you're a deer and you start legging it about to fuck, you could fucking trip over and break your leg, couldn't you?
Do you think they're thinking that? Do you think they give that thought in some kind of way?
Quite delicate in a way, aren't they?
And they seem to be very sharp as well when they're on the move, to be fair to them. But that was nearer. That deer noise was behind us. It was much nearer.
Did you hear it then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it that way. But it might have walked round back of us. But I think this is one place where they'll come and have a kip.
What, the deers themselves?
Yeah.
Because of how open it is?
Yeah, and there's all them tracks in Brackenlow where we walked to them other trees. I think they're deers.
All the tracks lead to here.
But like what you're saying about Thailand, there's loads of places around the world, isn't there, where countryside's beautiful, but if you're out here now, you can get fucking all sorts of shit, can't you? When I went to Laos, this local geezer, tourist guide sort of bloke, he took me into the jungle. And there were people there living in huts with grass skirts on, walking around with their cocks out and that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a strange, when you come across that, when I've been up north in Thailand and we've seen, you know, right up north, kind of beyond Chiang Mai and up to Praia and places, you just see that stripped fucking, just simplicity, just simple.
Feel the head rush surge, trip the light fantastic, control the urge, stop the wolves from howling at your door. Let's all dance together now, just once more, 'cause it's glorious.
They haven't really done a lot to usher it on its way. It's just chucked away, you know.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we said this a bit when you came on the podcast. We talked about it. We said about, you know, like making luck, and you were like, "I've just been lucky," but you've got it. There's a certain amount of.
There is a bit, but there is a healthy dose of luck as well.
Oh, of course, but I do believe, you know, like to a degree, you make luck as well by having. There's a karmic element that's like, I don't know, in the deepest and the darkest hours of you knowing yourself in your worst capacity and trying, making that connection in your brain that you want to improve, whatever it is, your selfishness, do you know what I mean? Whatever that thing is. I think when you do really, honestly and truly make that decision somewhere in your psyche, I think karmically things...
Yeah, everything. It's a big snowball effect.
Something happens because all you're doing is opening yourself. That's how I see it. It sounds fucking woo and silly, but
no, you are.
I think that there's something in that, you know. And if you know that in your deepest soul that you're telling yourself a lie, it just will absorb you, you know.
Yeah, you definitely, you're fucked in life when you start lying to yourself and you start mitigating all bullshit you're doing. And like what you said about stacking, you know what I mean? You get a lot of people like that. They can be a total penis, but in their own mind, if they've done X, Y, and Z, they've wiped all.
Yeah, you're functionally operational and sound,
Yeah.
It's mad being a human being, Dave, isn't it?
Life don't give you any excuses if you've got any flaws. It kicks your ass, really.
It does, it kicks you. It's just a mesmerising, fantastical... I mean, you stop for long enough and have a look at what the fuck's going on just being a human being. And as you're trying to find your feet with your own existence, you're learning about people who lived 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. They built structures and the structures meant this, and but the whole resonance of like everybody's generation into the next and into the next, and the architecture.
Being tuned at bigger picture, innit, and not just...
It's fucking madness.
Well, nicked you like it, really. Just play something.
It's beautiful out here. Thanks, Dave.
Nice.
Absolutely
Crazy.
fucking beautiful, isn't it?
I reckon this is mother, and there it's offspring.
What, the deer?
This big fat one, this tree,
Oh, okay.
and there it's offspring.
Yeah, that's probably...
Bullshit.
It's probably bullshit, but let's face it, it's only me and you here. I like the sound of it, Dave. It works for me. Do you say it's a full moon tonight?
Yeah, but it only rose at about 9 o'clock. But soon it should light up a bit. Unless it's cloudy. I like this time of year because now I'm old as fuck when it gets to the middle of summer. I don't see any sunsets so because I'm fucking in bed.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, a really nice part of a sunset is about an hour after it's gone.
Yeah.
So, in the middle of summer, you're talking 11:30, isn't it? How fucking long gone, mate?
To be fair, I'm that way now. My early nights are kind of like... They've revolutionised my life, to be fair.
You'll get up quite early.
There's something about sleeping at the... I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? Like, here we are, look now. When you're out here... Not in context, of course, we were here for one night, but like, if you're out here night after night...
You'd have gone to bed, wouldn't you?
Of course, because it gets dark. And, you know, that whole... The world's been built on the whole sort of symbiosis of dark and light, good and evil, warmth and cold. You know, like the whole idea that in the day is when crops grow because the sun shines, it protects us, it gives us food, it gives us nurture, and at night it gets cold, it gets dark, the spirits and the, you know, that's been the adage from the word go.
This is when they used to plant crops, this moon.
No, it's very, very... I knew, you know, I knew it's been a long time since I felt like I was in a wood like I felt when I was a kid. Like I said to you earlier, you know, like for me, when I think about the woods, I think about being in them for hours and hours and hours and days at a time when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, you've got loads of good woods around here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Loads of good woods.
But yeah, a lot of time in there as well.
Mm. Yeah, you got nice woods around there.
And the moron bush.
The more what?
The moron bush.
More on bush. What's that weed?
So when we were kids, well, yeah, I mean, later on it would turn out to be that, yeah. But when we were kids, on the back of our field, Our Lady's Field on Longdales Road, Ermine East,
Right.
there was like a corner of the field was taken up and it was hedged off, and inside it was kind of a forestry, woody kind of situation, and then you got to like allotments that someone had started putting allotments in, like the far corner, but we used to go in there and like make bases and dens and stuff like that. And there's a couple of, which now looking back was obvious what they were. They were like people who just had allotments, but we used to think that they were like, you know, like the wood. Who's the dude off the Smurfs who always used to chase them about? there was a dude in there who always reminded us of him. He had like an apron on and he had like jet black hair just fluffing over his ears, nothing else, and a big pointy nose, and it was like that dude from the Smurfs, and he always seemed to just be out there whinging, chasing us out. And I remember the words we used to say were like, quick, scramble, you know. Yeah, bizarre. And all it was really was just a parting of a field to a field with a few trees in it and some allotments.
Yeah.
But we knew it as the moron bush. Like fucking Jumanji in there it was.
That's quality. Nice.
Yeah, it was great fun. Yeah, playing with my siblings, my sister and my brother, and it's weird, isn't it? You grow up and everything kind of changes. Everyone gets on their own track, and I look at my kids and I think I don't ever want them to drift apart and like not be in one another's lives, but then it's just going to be what it is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to be what it is.
Yeah, whatever makes them happy, really, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's an awful feeling to think, like, have you got siblings, Dave?
No, because I'm an only child.
Of course you have, yeah. So me, I've got siblings and, like, for whatever reason, more often than not, someone's not getting on with someone else, and it's, when I think about my own kids, I think, oh, that's shit, that is, really. I don't, who knows?
You think about it differently, don't you? Because you've got 3 brothers, I yeah?
I've got 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh, so you've got loads of brothers and sisters.
And we don't do bad for that. Listen, we don't do bad for that. It's not like we're all at each other's throats, but between me and someone, my sister and my brother, we seem to have our moments, and it's such a shame. And I think about my kids. I watch them playing today. We went out for a walk today. We went into the cornfield, into this old derelict shed, and we were playing the werewolf game where Jesse, or which one of them's the werewolf, and I have to get there. And now, like, Indigo, who's nearly 3 now, was kind of like really allowing herself to be led by the boys and kind of really wanting to enthusiastically be in it and trying to repeat things. You know what I mean? It's just one of those moments. I was watching them and I was like, this is the purest form of, like, being a human being, this is. These children are just 6, 5 and nearly 3 in a sunny, glistening cornfield for an evening walk to get out of the house because, we've had a nice day, but it's like, let's go and have a stretch of the legs, and they're playing their little game and they're discovering and they're jumping over through the... And I was watching them thinking, that's it. There is no... Like, whatever the thing is that you think it fucking is, like enlightenment, we're going to go to heaven, or whether it's a fucking night out, or whatever the... be a rock star, play in front of the crowd, fucking have the money, live the life, whatever the fuck all of that thing is that we're sold is insignificant to, like, just recognising young, happy, safe children just discovering the world.
Yeah, very true, yeah.
It's fucking magical.
Isn't it?
Oh, it's magical.
Yeah.
It does it, and it's... The more I'm catching myself seeing that, I'm, like, reminding myself to try and embrace it myself again, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, life drags us away from it, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, maybe that. I'm not saying that that's not, but it's just good to remember, I think.
Yeah.
It does something.
Maybe it's part of your youth and all, everything gets that accelerated and sped up, and you've got that much hunger for it.
But like you just said, Dave,
take you away from all them simple values.
You just said it. You said it's nice. The wisdoms that come with a bit of age and getting older, you're enjoying it, and like it's like this. It's always meant to be how it's meant to be, isn't it? Essentially.
Yeah. But it's just really about that journey, isn't it?
Exactly, and I think the thing you do when you look back is because we are on that forward trajectory and we have a lifespan and it's finite, and the thing about nostalgia, when we look back at moments, periods, times, chapters, and it feels so much more magical because you've built the future from the back of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've made memories, you've created friendships, you've gone through all sorts of different experiences and tribulations that have just built you granularly. And so when you look back and you hear that record, or you see that picture, or you remember that time, at the same time as you appreciate and respect the fact it's put you where you are, you're also aware that it's all getting left behind. You can never have it back. It's gone, it's done. And it's a weird, that's like the human fucking literal dichotomy is that? Is like
that change, isn't it?
Yeah, like and allowing yourself to go through it and recognise it and just know that it's all one thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's all...
I think you build up a lot of myths, don't you, about youth and about not rejecting that change a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
and it getting boring and old. And, I don't want to be old, because our reflection of old in this country is probably just like, sat in an armchair and miserable.
Yeah.
70-year-old, when really he could be... Who knows what, but that seems to be what we think. It's quieting down, isn't it, with the wildlife? I'm feeling them beers now. These IPAs just feel like they've just popped out of nowhere to me in the last couple of years. Has that been the case?
I've been drinking about 2 years, so yeah. I didn't know about them before that. I don't really know.
I feel like they're just...
I just get them from the supermarket and all. I'm no great expert.
No, I'm not. But like, once upon a time I can remember going to buy beers and thinking, just looking at like Carlsberg, Carlin, Heineken, do you know what I mean? Just just all of them, are just equally wank in one way or another, basically.
They've been the same for years, haven't they?
Yeah, just tin of gas.
But I like it down pub when they're just ale. So they're not as... The taste's not as strong as them, but the smooth.
Smoother, yeah. Things like Hobgoblin.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But there's loads now, like... there is just as many as there is for these, but they're made for tap. So they're not as strong a taste and they're just smooth. But that's why I like to drink.
Yeah, I much prefer these.
I like them proper pints down pub.
Proper pints. Glass pints.
Yeah. I'm not a big drinker, Al. But if I were going to drink like somewhere like now, these are alright, aren't they?
So do you not have a couple of tinnies and stuff at home?
Not really.
Really?
I found hard to believe it from Doncaster, don't you? You thought it'd be on like a couple of special
Well,
cases.
no, who knows? I mean, we never know, do we? We're all fucking oddbods, aren't we? But I just... I know for me, when I'm into chill zone like that, like if I have a smoke, if I have a bong or a vape, like 1 or 2 of these is kind of lovely.
Yeah.
But they're not. I don't do that all the time either. I might not do nothing one night. Sometimes I'll just have a beer and not have a smoke.
So how often do you drink then?
I'll probably have between 1 and 2 of these, maybe 4 times a week, something like that. Probably not.
No, I like probably every 2 weeks I might have a drink or something.
Fair play to you, Dave. You're jogging every day and all, aren't you?
But then
You're like Daley Thompson, aren't you?
But when the pubs...
Aren't you?
But when the pubs are open, we do like to probably go once every weekend. Because I like going down pub, that's how I like to.
Do you get lashed or do you just have a couple of beers?
No. Well, I have 3, but that's me getting lashed.
All right, so that's like, yeah.
I've never been out to set a drink.
No, I'm not great.
Ever.
I don't really enjoy being just drunk either. What I do enjoy is that, like I say, that 1 or 2 beers when I've had a day where it's like get out of the shower, spend time with the kids, kick back on the sofa with the wife, and just have a beer and just get that nice...
So that's why these are nice, isn't it? Because it's about the taste and all, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something... Yeah, there's something a bit more engaging about one of these.
Yeah, right. Have you been to that place in Barrowgate that does craft beers on tap?
I think I have, yeah. What do they call it?
Unfortunately, it's a bit of a... Yeah.
But no, the Magna Carta, Brown's Pie Shop, Spinning Wheel. I worked at the Spinning Wheel when I was a kid. That was more of a tea shop, that one, opposite Brown's Pies.
Right.
I can always remember stealing ice cream out the fridge in the attic from when I worked there. I'd go off to the toilet and I'd end up just ashing a load of coconut ice cream out the tub in the freezer. So I thought, fuck these cunts paying me fucking £4.50 an hour. I'm having this ice cream. Yeah. Giving you like fucking 16 quid for Saturday and a Sunday from 10 till fucking 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then I'd run off downtown the next day and buy like a pair of mishmash jeans or a fire trap t-shirt or something with my money back then. Thinking I was some kind of hipster kid.
Yeah, we all do that, don't we?
But it was nice, you know, I got my money, you get your money put in your hand because you've done your graph. That's a good feeling.
It is, yeah. It's a good quality to have, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the best maybe, even. You know, like old pubs where you walk in.
Good if you're an old fart, like me.
Well, I mean, there is still some around, but I mean, once upon a time, pubs were that. That's what a pub was. You walked in a pub.
And you can get away with talking bollocks and no one smashes you in the face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and everyone can have their opinion and can meet people and can wheel and deal and fucking network and just be a place of commune. That's gone now. You've got a fucking bistro and you've got 45 minutes at your table because someone else is coming in and it's all sterilised and fucking sanitised.
What's that, do you mean, then? Some pubs in Belgate like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, old pubs that you can still get.
Like Duke of Wellington's gone like that, isn't it? Since
I don't know, I've not been in there, but I would like to hope not. I'd like to think that even just the history of the building, the traditions of the thing its very self would be enough to keep them out of the grips of the gentrified, do you know what I mean? Just taking the soul out of it.
I don't know why they call it gentrification, because it's more like lower middle classes is gentrification or whatever.
Well, everyone just starts putting a bit of fucking MDF board up, don't they, and painting it grey.
Yeah.
Anthracite grey and fucking buying the same bar stools and whatever it is, it just ends up, I don't know, the soul goes out of it, whatever the fuck.
Where we went like Whitby's all like that. When I used to be, when you were a kid, it was totally different to that. But then, yeah, good and bad, really.
Always.
This is probably as dark as it's going to get.
Really? Up there?
That moon should rise, and I bet it gets lighter.
Yeah, it's all, but it's, you know.
What time is it now? Sunset at 9:15.
10 past 10. But I don't know, maybe when it gets light, I think you kind of come around a bit, don't you? I do. And then it's like, oh yeah, roll over, back to sleep, lovely.
You're home in there, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really lovely. And like you say, those noises in the night. Weird, isn't it?
That's
It does, when it's dark. You know, I mean, you look around now again, but you look around when it's dark and you think...
Bit more sinister.
Very. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, it's all shadows and... Yeah, it's weird, I don't know why.
Yeah, and your eyes, you're playing tricks on your mind, aren't you? Because you think, can I see that? What's that? Is that that? Well, there was eyes over there somewhere, wasn't there, if you remember? Yeah. When I shone my shop torch, there was a fucking pair of eyes there. It's like a brown bear in the distance. Oh, I've loved it. And a coffee to tap it off. Thank you, Dave. What an experience that was. Amazing. Yeah, listening to Nick Cave drunk on IPA. And
we had Nick Cave on it last, didn't we?
We had Nick Cave on it last, yeah. Just listening to a load of great music in the pitch black woods. Drunk. Great.
Yeah, well, nice and warm.
Are you going for it again tonight?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe.
See how the lamb lies?
I've still got to run it past Sarah. Yeah, maybe. This is a nice place to do yoga and stuff, isn't it?
I imagine it is, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's a nice place to do anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I often think about when Alex and I actually have a wedding, because we just got married on the hop, you know, like low key.
I think I remember you saying
pair of jeans and like in and out job.
Is this in Thailand?
No, this was here.
Oh.
But it's to do with going to Thailand and, you know, making
get married then?
Just in a register office.
Yeah.
But the idea is that once we got settled in Thailand, we would have like a kind of a blessing kind of a wedding on the beach, you know what I mean, and get people over in like 2 or 3 years' time. But obviously that didn't work out. So then it was like, okay, well, what we'll do when the kids are old enough to remember stuff, we'll have like I thought now that, you know, we'll do it where they're old enough to enjoy it and remember it, and we'll have like a big gathering in like the woods. I mean, do it old school, kind of, you know, like try and make it, you know, nice food and things like that, but like just basically
bring a barbecue out, couldn't you?
Yeah, just like a barbecue, some decent tents, some stuff to do, you know, maybe.
Oh, you mean stay overnight or something?
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
You know, like this kind of thing with a little bit more, you know, making it a bit easier for people to come to. Do you know what I mean? So they're not too spooked. But I'd love that.
Please,
you know, kids running around, music on, nothing crazy, but, you know. So I have got to get around to doing that because 9 years, maybe 10 years, maybe next year, looking at it. And have the actual celebratory wedding side of the marriage, do you know what I mean?
Sounds good, that. Mine and Sarah's were just a simple one in the back of a pub, a barbecue.
Yeah.
No speeches or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I looked at your pictures of it when I was getting your pictures for the podcast.
My mate, best man at his wedding, and he hired his last mate some jump for hoops. He hired fucking Branston.
Oh God, yeah. People spend 10, 15, 20, 25
I think
grand.
he's about 20. And when I asked him, father-in-law, I think he paid for the band.
And 500 quid for a covers band. The thing is, I mean, each to their own. It is a strange thing, and Alex and I, we would talk often about, like, you know, you're a young couple, you're putting your roots into the ground, you know, 20 grand on a posh Sunday afternoon, and then what, pay someone else's mortgage for a couple of years while we get on our feet. I'm like, fuck that. You know, all the awkwardness of it and that, and then, he's not, you know, Uncle John's not speaking to Bob, is he? No, we'll have to put them on different tables, and, you know, that whole day. I mean, each to their own.
When you go down that route, it's everything, isn't it? It affects everything. So you're into all suits and speeches and three-course dinner and all this shit.
And back then at the time, I was also going through the whole thing of, like, I mean, I've come around again now, but I was going through the whole kind of idea in my head that I'm not God-loving in the sense that I'm not a Christian, and, you know, I pay my respects in a certain way to the, you know, I went through a period where I was at some christenings and stuff, and I felt disrespectful being in there and doing God's, you know, when I was at a christening, I was a...
It's a proper religious service.
A godfather for one of my friend's children, yeah, and it was like, I had to repeat all this rhetoric, you know, and like, it just felt like, at the time, like, this... I was looking out across the room, and I knew everyone in there just couldn't wait to get out of there and just have a drink and God knows what. But I've come back around now. The church is a holy place, you know, and it's a special place, even just from its architecture and its age. Never mind man's written rule, but yeah, there's something special about those buildings. And those places.
The atmosphere and everything.
Yeah, totally.
And all that.
Yeah,
that's another side to it, isn't it?
We took our kids one Christmas Eve to a little Christmas Eve church sermon kind of thing in one of the little villages behind us, and it was lovely. I mean, we only got about half an hour before the youngest one was a little bit angsty, and, you know, but it was lovely. It was lovely being in there and people singing, and you look around and, you know, it is awe-inspiring seeing those ancient buildings and like what they do represent.
Yeah, beautiful, aren't they? Just beautiful in there.
Yeah, I've kind of come back around to it now. But the idea of a vicar in with a fucking robe on with his like Nike Air trainers popping out the bottom and his jeans and that, which is what I could see at one of these christenings. I stood behind him on the stage and I could just see he's like got his jeans on under his thing and his trainers and that. And I just thought, he's just going to be on YouTube later, this vicar. You know what I mean? He's looking at whatever he's looking at. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel right. Took the magic away.
It's just things you do, isn't it? Because it's been done before. Like.
Well, exactly, the momentum of it, and that's where you come back to the money. You know, like, it's that idea is just so deeply ingrained and like imprinted in us that the white wedding that's, you know, with the big car and the church and, you know, we all know it's 20 grand.
Started from Charles and Di.
Yeah.
It seems to have grown from that.
Probably,
you know
yeah.
Now your average punter's looking at that as a wedding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just need a parade and what.
Yeah. But no, I certainly think, you know, especially today's time, man, that money's better spent, isn't it?
Definitely.
You know, you can do something, maybe go and travel.
Yeah, my mate came to our wedding, which were about 2 grand, and he said he thought that was better.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they just get so wrapped up in that money and having this and having that and keeping up with the Joneses that it has no soul in the end, does it? No. I'd imagine. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get so wrapped up in
They seem really stressed and all that. They organise it and all that. Like, because it means so much, because that's part of money being spent, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everything has to be perfect. If you're going to invest 20 grand, it has to be perfect. And then by the time you get there, you're basically mental, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, totally, yeah.
Just
splitting up about 3 weeks later, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, you're right, yeah. I mean, again, the narrative of so far the last 24 hours, keep it simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep it simple, if you can. Keep the money in your back pocket.
My mate got married in church and they just had like cream teas on outside because it was a nice church. And then we went down Boozer. Nice pub with beer garden and everyone's out in the sun.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't have to cost a fortune, does it? And it's just, as long as your mates are there, really, and
That's
everyone
it.
you care about's there and having a good time, it's job done, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think we need to do. We need to work that out. Maybe 10 years, maybe that'll be the way to do it next year. I'm going to let that seed sow in my mind, David. Thank you, sir. That was a delight. Right. Do me pegs go in this orange bag?
Well, here's them here. Oh, that's a nice one.
Until next time. Peace.
Good days coming and the future's bright. This feels better, things will be alright. Close your eyes and dream of summer sun. Out of the darkness we can overcome, 'cause it's glorious, like a rising sun. Catch a glimpse before it's gone. Good days coming and catch a glimpse before it's gone. Good days coming and future's bright. Future's bright.
Thank you for listening to Chew the Chat podcast.
Thank you for listening for Chew the Cat podcast.
Chew the cat.
I want to say my own words.
Go on then.
Very angry.
Much love. Peace.